right, we are going to get started. We're here for Pilates. My name is Stephanie. We've got the big ball. We're going to start with that, standing up. We're going to sit on the ball. Make sure you've also got a set of hand weights. We're going to use those in a bit. We're just going to use the big ball for warm-up, so if it rolls away afterwards, it's okay. So we're going to start just seated on your ball. Good. Roll your shoulders back. Find a comfortable position. Feel where your pelvis is here. Make sure you've got a neutral spine. So you're not tilting forward, you're not tilting backward. You're just nice and stacked up tall, shoulders down. We'll start with just some breathing here. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling out your mouth. As you inhale, feel your ribcage open. As you exhale, pull the ribcage together, belly button to spine. Good. A few more big breaths here. Pushing away the thoughts from outside, focusing in here on our practice. I've got the ball on the mat, but you can have it on the hardwood. I also suggest barefoot or shoes. We're not going to do anything too balance-wise today, so if you do have socks on, that's okay. Just be careful because this floor can be kind of slippery. All right, we're going to start with just a little pelvic rock here. So once you have that neutral spine, maybe put your hands on your hips so you can feel where your pelvis is here. We're going to inhale, exhale, just tilt the pelvis forward, a little bit of a roll back. Inhale to come back up to that neutral position. So just as you exhale, it's a little tilt forward of the pelvis, a little roll back. Feet are nice and heavy on the ground. Inhaling back. Good. So we're just tilting forward, tilting backward, almost like your pelvis is a clock. Here, and you're moving between that 6 and 12 o'clock. Good. A few more inhales and exhales here, just finding that tilt, that Pilates scoop. Good. We're going to pause right back at the center. We're going to go a little bit side to side here. Rolling one side an inch back to center, and then rolling the pelvis the other side. Think about your pelvis going up an inch each way you go here. Again, just finding that little movement here, that pelvic awareness before we get started. Good. Inhaling and exhaling as you go. We pause back at center. We're going to draw a clock here. So you're going to go forward with the pelvis like you're going to a 12. Move over to 3, over to your right side, down to 6, back behind, and then over to 9. Drawing like a circle here. We're going to go one more in this direction, just finding that rotation here. Again, it can be a little awkward, but you're finding that pelvic awareness, that scoop, starting to engage the low abs. We reverse over to our 9 o'clock. Back down to 6, over to 3, back to 12. One more in this direction, just starting to warm up, finding that roll, that movement of the hips here. Good. Once you get back to start, we'll pause back at the center again. We do a couple bounces here, so just starting with a little bounce. You can have your hands on your hips at the side, whatever feels comfortable. As you go here, just little bounces on the ball, finding your rhythm here. Good. We're going to add that little pelvic rock here. So as you bounce, we're going to add some hands. So when you're ready, arms are going to come out to the side. We're going to go up. Good. And then back down. Find that nice release of the shoulders. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Good. Little bounces here. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Good. On this next one, we're going to twist. It's an inhale up. Exhale, twist to one side. Find that rotation stretch. Inhaling back and exhaling to switch. Good. A little bit of bouncing here. Back to start. Good. Exhale, hands away. Perfect. We're going to pause our bouncing now. Find that neutral spine. Everything is nice and still. Arms are going to come out in front. Pull the shoulder blades down. Inhale. Exhale. Reach your fingertips as you tilt the pelvis forward a bit. So it's kind of like you want to find that C-curve shape of the spine. Inhale to come back up nice and tall. Good. Exhale. Reach the fingertips forward as you tilt the pelvis, finding that C-curve. Gaze goes down towards your knees. 2 more like this, called sitting spine stretch. We're just finding that C shape to the spine, reaching the fingertips as far as you can here to really get that stretch. We've got one more here when you're ready. Finding that stretch. Returning back, let the arms drop down, little shoulder roll here. Good. We're going to go into our spine twist. Stacked up nice and tall, arms come out to a T, palms facing down, pull those shoulder blades down, inhale, exhale. You're gonna pulse one direction, back to center. Make sure the knees aren't moving, the hips aren't moving. Pulse the other direction, back to center. Good, ball shouldn't move. It's like your hips are in quicksand on the ball. Pulling those shoulder blades down, finding that twist. Hips stay pointing forward, find a twist from the spine. Good. We're gonna go one more each side, finding that nice spine twist. Back to center, one more. And bring it back, arms drop, nice shoulder roll back. And shoulder roll forward. Perfect. We're gonna carefully come up to standing just to grab our weights. So don't let the ball roll away yet. We'll come back to seated on our ball once you have your set of weights. We're just gonna do a little arm strengthening, arm warm-up series here with those weights. So seated up, stacked up nice and tall. Make sure you're centered on the ball. Good, we start with bicep curls, palms face away, and we find that bicep curl. With this, you can always ditch the weights if the weights get to be too much. Take it the same pace up and down, finding that movement. Shoulder blades are pulling down, your core is engaged, you're keeping that balance on the ball. Good. We'll do 3 more like this. 2 more. Last one. Perfect, release here. We're gonna take the arms out wide, we're gonna hug a tree. Again, if this is too much on those shoulders, you can go lower. You can take the arms a little lower. It's like you're hugging a tree. One of the classic Pilates moves on the reformer. Good. A few more like this, strengthening those shoulders. We go 2 more. You got this. Last one. Perfect. And release. Shoulder roll. Take an inhale and an exhale. We're going to go goalpost arms here. Arms are going to come up like a bench press and back down. Try to keep the rib cage nice and closed. So you're not letting the rib cage pop open. Shoulder presses here. Looks good. Nice and strong. Pilates is strengthening and lengthening. We got 2 more like this. Last one. Good. Bring it down. Nice little shoulder roll. Got 1 more set here. We're going to go salute. Arms are going to come up towards the ceiling. I've got the weights together. You're going to keep that rib cage closed, core engaged. Elbows stay directly over the shoulders. Triceps, skull crusher, back, salute, and up. Keep the elbows nice and narrow. Elbows stay over shoulders. Working the triceps, which is one of the more weaker spots in the body. Good. You can separate the weights if you want a little more. We're here for 3. Keep that rib cage nice and closed, core engaged, 2. Good. Last one. Perfect. Release. We'll set those weights off to the side. Good job, guys. We're going to come up to standing. I got 1 more set with the ball for our warm-up. Ball is going to go in front, and I think I'm going to reverse so you guys can see better. So I'm going to put my ball here just so you guys can see what my body's doing better. But you go however you want for you. Your feet are going to go up on top of the ball. So once you lay down, feet will go up on top of the ball. Make sure you have enough room to roll that ball a little bit away from you and back in. Once you're on the mat, check in. Find that neutral spine again, that pocket of air underneath the low back. You're not pressing the low back down and you're not arching the back. We're going to start with just a little footwork here. So feet are parallel, about hip distance apart on top of that ball. All you're going to do is just roll the ball away, bring the ball back in. Good, just a little stretch here. As you go, maybe you press into those heels as you roll away, straighten the legs. As you pull in, maybe pulling those knees in as far as you can towards your chest, getting a stretch in both directions. Good. Just a little stretch here in between before we go into our bridging. I'm going to go with 2 more like this. Finding that stretch, straightening the legs and then pulling those knees in. Last one. Good. Bring the ball in towards your chest again. We're going to go Pilates V. So heels are together, toes are apart. Really squeeze those heels together. And your toes are about a grapefruit distance apart. Same thing. You're going to roll that ball away, straighten the legs, pull the knees in, keeping that Pilates V with the feet. Good. So you're going to feel a little more on the inner thighs when you press away. Really straightening those legs, squeezing the legs together, toning the tops of the legs, pulling those knees in, a little bit of a wider shoulder width with the knees. Good. We're going to do 2 more like this. Last one. Perfect. Keeping with that external rotation. Next time your knees are in, we're going to go a little bit wider. So the heels are going to be about, hip distance apart, and then the toes are externally rotated. Same thing, you're going to straighten those legs, pull it back in. So we're just in a different position here. It's like a wide second position, external rotation. Again, find that stretch, straighten, pull the knees in as the ball comes towards you. Breathing in, breathing out, you guys got this. We're going to do 2 more like this. Perfect. Last one. And bring it all the way back in. Feet are going to go back to the top of the ball there. Feet are parallel, hip distance apart. You have that neutral spine position. We are going to bridge. So we're going to start small. Pressing into the top of the ball. We're going to inhale, exhale, just pelvic tilt, just like we did on the ball when we were seated. Tilt the pelvis forward, lifting the hips maybe like an inch, and then scoot back down. Once you start to feel more comfortable, you can roll all the way into your bridge. Inhaling, exhaling, pulling the hips up, pressing evenly into the ball, coming to a diagonal bridge. Inhale, exhale, nice and slow, rolling back down. If this is too much on the hamstrings, you can ditch the ball, or you can scooch the ball in a little closer to your body. Good. Try to keep everything parallel. You've got that balance challenge of balancing on the ball as you roll up into your bridge, strengthening the glutes, strengthening the hamstrings. Good. You guys got this. On this next one, we hold up in that bridge. Hips are lifted, glutes are active. Press the ball away, bring the ball back in, keeping those hips up. Good. We're here for 3, 2, keep the hips up. 1, inhale, exhale, nice and slow, roll all the way back down. Good job. We change positions. We go into that frog position, that Pilates V. Heels together, toes apart. Same thing, inhale, exhale. Roll up into that bridge. Inhale, exhale to roll back down. Again, you should feel the glutes here, the hamstrings. If it's too much, you can always ditch the ball. If you have anything going on in the low back, you can always just hinge the hips up and down instead of rolling through the spine. And if this position doesn't feel good for the knees or hips, you can go back to parallel. On this next one, we're just going to hold up in that bridge. Butterfly the knees in and out, keeping the hips lifted. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the knees open. Inhale, exhale, nice and slow. Roll all the way down. Good job, guys. Take the left foot over the ball. Right leg goes up towards the ceiling. You can reach behind the thigh or the calf. Point and flex the toe. Just get a nice hamstring stretch for your right leg. Good. And then extending that right leg over the ball, left leg up towards the ceiling. Find a nice hamstring stretch on the left side here. Good. We're going to take heels, soles of the feet together, knees out wide, kind of like a butterfly here. Open up the arms, palms face up. Find that nice stretch. You can pull the ball in towards you to get deeper into that butterfly, or press the ball away if that feels better. Just opening up the hips here. Take some big inhales and exhales. Good. One more big inhale in. One more powerful exhale out. Good job, guys. All right, you're going to carefully press yourself or roll yourself up to a seated position. We're done with the ball, so it's okay if it rolls away.